Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today's episode of Roll for Sandwich is sponsored by Aardia's Scottish Bakery. This woman-owned small business has been operating out of Redford, Michigan for 75 years and continues to serve up great Scottish food. They're one of the biggest producers of haggis in the United States, and they ship to all 50 states. They've provided some fun Scottish ingredients for today's show, and if you'd like to try some, you can use the code ROLLFORSANDWICH at aardiasbakery.com to get 10% off your purchase. Without any further ado, let's roll for bread. 5. Aberdeen Butteries. Aberdeen Butteries are kind of the Scottish version of a croissant. Aardia's Scottish Bakery is the only bakery in the United States that ships Aberdeen Butteries. These flaky, savory roll pastry hybrids are perfect with jam or made into a breakfast sandwich. Today we're going to make it into some kind of sandwich. We'll see just what kind. Next up, let's roll for Maine. 2. Black pudding. Black pudding is a blood sausage commonly eaten at breakfast in Scotland and across the UK. Aardia's makes theirs with a mixture of beef blood, pork fat, oats, and spices stuffed in a natural casing. I have long been aware of black pudding as it's part of a full English breakfast, but this will be my first chance to try it. As instructed, I will be frying the slices in a little bit of butter until they are crisped up a little. Technically, the sausage is already cooked, but I figured warm was the better way to try them for the first time. Now that our black pudding is warmed up, we're going to arrange as many as we can here on our buttery, which looks to be about 4. Next up, let's roll for cheese. 5. Honey goat cheese. All right, not too bad of a roll in my opinion. While room temperature goat cheese may have been spreadable in this instance, this came straight from the fridge. So I'm just gonna do my best to cut it up here in small pieces so that I don't crush my buttery trying to spread it. Flavor-wise, I think the tanginess and slight sweetness of the cheese will be nice with the buttery. Not sure how it'll go with the pudding. I guess we'll find out. Next up, let's roll for roughage. Double threes, double cucumber. Honestly, of the roughage options we had, I can get behind this. The cucumber will give us a nice crunch without having a overtly strong flavor. It'll work well with the goat cheese, and I think that it's a pretty good option for us today here. I even don't mind having to put extra on. And let's get wild with our wild magic roll. Nat 20, I get to pick. So in this situation, I can pretty much do whatever I want. I don't want to do anything too crazy because I think we're on track for something good. So I'm just going to add some coarse sea salt on top of our cucumbers here. Help give them a little more pop, but not take the flavor in any crazy direction. And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 11, honey mustard. You know, I think we have a winner here. This honey mustard is definitely honey forward, which I think will go really well with our honey goat cheese and just kind of the vibe we've got going all together here. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich put together here, get our toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross section. All right, interesting. Well, I know some of you are disappointed we didn't see any haggis today. Don't worry, they did send me some haggis. But today, this is our sandwich. Let's taste it. Whoa, wow. I did not expect that to be so good. The black pudding pretty much just tastes like breakfast sausage. And then we've got a sweet and tangy combo from the honey mustard and honey goat cheese, and just some mild crunchy cucumber in there. And the Aberdeen buttery is rich and flaky and honestly perfect to go along with the sweet and tangy. Well, even though the ingredients are a little out there for an American, this ended up being a relatively simple sandwich, and that worked in its favor. I can't think of any reason not to give this one a 10, and I'm going to call it pure dead brilliant. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again right here on Friday.